Hi, Paridi. How are you?
Yes, I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm good too. Can you tell us something about yourself?
Yes, sir. So my name is Paridi, and I have gained over 3 years of experience as a QA engineer. And like in my last company, my projects included my projects were mainly on banking and e-commerce domain. And in my current company, it's been 11 months, and I'm working on my incentives and Dell. So this is like simultaneously I'm working on my projects, which is mainly on my product, but simultaneously I'm working on Dell as well, that is end-to-end testing. My roles and responsibilities are I am the part of stand-up scrums, daily stand-up, which is alternate days,
Mm.
and retrospective meetings. My testing part is like I'm mainly involved in API testing for performance,
Mm.
functional, non-functional testing. Also, I use tools like ClickUp, and ClickUp for it is similar to Jira, which is um, uh, mostly for maintaining the task and the user stories, uh, where I also can uh, maintain my task. Like if I'm maintaining you're testing several user stories at a time, so it can be web applications and iOS app, Android, which can be different. So we also can maintain it and update the task accordingly. So there are different statuses for this. Like once it is on QC, you can yeah, mark it as QC testing staging UAT. And then once it is UAT approved, I mark it as UAT approved, and then it is sent to the CS team, that is customer services team, and they mark it as CS approval, and then we can make it like on a release. We can finalize the release date accordingly for all the user stories once it is finalized as CS approval. And for testing, I am testing non-functional testing, functional testing, validation, client side, server side validation. These all testing are covered from my side. For maintaining the test cases, I follow maintaining it in Excel sheet where all the test IDs, like what are the test scenarios, steps, precondition, and expected results, outcome, and any if any comments are there. So this is what I do. Mostly, I would say in my last company, my work was on manual and automation both. So initial 6 months, I've got the training on manual and
Mm.
automation both. Later, I work collaborated with automation testers as well in my last company. In current company, there are no such automation testers. There are only two QAs now. One more have joined under me. So there are total three QAs now in my current company. In my last company, I had exposure on Selenium and Java as well, but
Mm.
not much. I was included, like I was mostly working on manual testing, but I got few exposure, like practical exposure and few opportunities where I ran the automation test cases as well through uh, Selenium, Java, TestNG. Yes,
Great, great. Wonderful.
that's about it.
Okay,
Thank you.
great. Fine. You're telling that there are two members who are reporting to you?
One member and one is senior to me.
Okay, okay. So totally there are three QA members with you.
Three AQ. Yes.
Fine. How do you test APIs?
Test API, right? So it is mostly that take the APIs from developers and run it on Postman and check the statuses, like whether it is working properly, like status like 200, 501 if it is
Mhm.
internal server error. So like that, and just to check the performance. So not much, but yes.
Okay, great. So apart from this, what additional checkpoints you have for APIs?
Um,
So
I
you
mean,
can add that you are validating response code. That is, you are getting response code as 200 or 400 or 401. You can check for the schema validation. You can verify. the positive and the negative and the positive boundary testing you can do, right?
Okay.
Such things will test for the APIs. Right?
Okay. Okay.
How would you test the mobile-based application?
Mobile-based application, right?
Yeah.
So,
So can you tell me how will you test the mobile-based applications?
yes, sir. So, mobile-based application is like similarly, like how do I check web-based application? So, firstly, again, designing the test cases and performing the same thing that I've performed it on web, but it would be more like device-based. So, performing the smoke testing, and then coming to the functional testing, each and every component, testing the like login flow, specifically the high priority ones, and uh, checking it on both Android and iOS emulators.
Mm.
So whether we can check the negative scenarios as well, like the iOS one should not be able to download it on APK, like Android versions, and
Mm.
the Android and the vice versa.
Mm.
So this is what we can check, and also we can check the performance based. Mostly, the applications are performance based. So it is like mostly focused more on performance. It should run like the speed should be high and the buffer time should be less. Each page should not take more time to load.
Mm.
So basically smoke testing and firstly all the components are working properly, and then in regression we can cover smoke testing. This is what we can check.
So apart from regression and smoke, which other testing you will perform?
Okay.
Mm.
Uh, functional testing.
Functional testing, very nice. So you'll
Yeah.
check the notifications, you'll check if the how the mobile application is working in the offline mode, the
Yes.
gestures, compatibility testing you'll do with respect to multiple OS devices and versions, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Performance
Like
you'll check. Yeah, please
performance,
go ahead.
and
Yeah.
also we can check whether the network connectivity issue, if it is there, we can purposely turn off the network and see whether how it is responding. Also, if we have logged in and the battery is low and the phone have switched off,
Mm.
so we can check that scenario as well, whether it is login with the credential or like basically it should not
Mm.
allow, but we can check like after switching on the phone if it still logs into with the same credentials. We can check all those scenarios. Yeah.
Uh, Moving to the next question. What do you do when a bug is not reproducible?
Like, okay, sorry, can you repeat?
Yeah. What do you do when the bug is not reproducible?
Bug is not reproducible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's say you
Meaning that develop in other system
the
or
client has raised a defect. Okay.
okay.
But that particular defect is not reproducible at your end. So what would you do in that case?
Okay. So I can ask the particular scenario and the data sets on which they are performing,
Mm.
like what is the specific scenario they are performing, or like and also I'll check it on whether it is only on live or on other environments also.
Mm.
Um, because sometimes like if we pass it on UAT, the again some bugs are reopened on live, so that can be one. Specifically, I will check the scenario and the data set, uh, and accordingly I'll perform it on my system. And if it is still not reproducible, it can be like sometimes there are some antiviruses that is installed in other systems, so that can be some issue.
See, the very important point that you have to give as an answer for this question is you'll check the logs. Right?
Okay.
You'll ask the client to share the logs with you. Based on the
Mhm.
logs, you'll get some insight, you'll get some details about what is the bug what are the steps that are being performed on which particular screen or what particular user role that is happening, right? So that is like
Timestamp also. Timestamp.
timestamp. Yes, perfect. Right. So that's the thing. So you'll check the logs, you'll check the data of the client, right? What data they are trying to push, what their data they are trying to play with, right? You'll now see this is one aspect of the question. When the client is raising a bug, but that is not reproducible at your machine. Another thing is maybe you were testing something on Monday, you found a bug, but that bug is not getting reproducible by yourself on your machine on Tuesday.
Yes.
That can also happen. So
That.
in those cases, also what you can do is you can capture the console or the network logs. You can record screen while retesting those particular areas or screens, right? You can record those things, right? You'll uh, you'll see if there's still inconsistencies there. Then you'll raise a defect and you'll mark it as intermittent issue,
Okay.
right? Those kind of things you can do.
Oh,
Okay. Uh, okay. Do you attend a retrospective meeting?
yes.
Okay. Any specific suggestion that you have given during the retrospective meeting and that has been incorporated in the next sprint? Any such suggestion that you have given?
Okay. Uh, so like I have said this. I don't know if it will be bug or
Mm,
but that was that came as an enhancement in the next sprint. So that was like a support team where a customer raises a ticket and this customer services team has to reply on that. So on that particular view details, when we see the tickets view details, so there we were not able to see the all the replies. And there was one more thing that once the ticket is raised and the customer services team have replied on that, uh, the customer cannot reply on that back again. They have to raise a different ticket for this. So
mm,
I have raised this that it because this is very normal that people do want to have the conversation once it is not resolved.
mm.
So there should be a feature where the customer should also be able to reply on that. So that came as an enhancement, and so this was one of the things that was raised.
So you raised it in the retrospective meeting.
Mm, yes, like I've asked that. Yeah.
Mm, So can you open this e-commerce website on your machine in your browser? Sure. Yeah. Can you open this website? And can you share your screen?
My screen is visible.
Yeah, yeah. Now, this is an e-commerce based website. Okay. And you have got a user story to test this style sizes like XS, small, medium, 26, 20, 30. All these are your sizes. There's your user story, which you are supposed to test in this particular sprint itself. You have a sprint of, let's say, 2 weeks. Okay. So, how much time would you take to test this particular functionality?
Only the style size, right?
Yeah, yeah, the size.
Okay.
You can take your time to think, 1 or 2 minutes you can take. And I want you to tell me the estimation and which are the different testing activities that you will perform as a part of testing. See, testing is not just about executing the test cases, right? You have to write the test cases, you have to design them, Great test data. These are one or two testing activities. Apart from
Okay.
this, which are the other activities that you perform?
Uh, uh, so, so only for this tile size, if I have only one user story, so this
Mhm.
would take 4 to 5 days, like uh, for the overall, like 4 days minimum.
Okay.
Yeah. And the testing that I'll be doing, like for all of them, it would be positive. Firstly, the positive scenarios I'll be testing or checking all of them
Activities. You have to tell the activities. For example,
activity.
test case design, test case
Okay.
execution, test case review. These are the activities. Then I'll ask you about test scenarios as well.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So the activities, firstly, 1 or 2 days might be for the test cases designing and planning and going through the requirements. If any changes are needed, I can collaborate with the particular business analyst or product owner for this, and then accordingly checking the design, like the I can also collaborate with designer, like if any changes has to be made according to the testing logic.
Mm.
So that would take around 2 days, and the designing planning. After that, the testing, my overall scenarios of positive and negative both would take maximum more of 2 days.
4 days you'll take.
Mm.
Okay. And can you tell me which are the test scenarios? Tell me both positive as well as negative test scenarios.
Okay, so for positive individually, I can see the individually I'll test all the check boxes, and then I can check the combination of it. So
Mm.
that combination will might take the time, like XS, small, large, XL. So that has to be displayed properly. And
Mm.
then I can see this USD 14. So I can check the globalization also, like accordingly, if I check India, so it has to be displayed accordingly.
Mm.
And here also there are XS, M, large, and XL. So
Mm.
here also it should be uh, like filtered properly. I think this
Mm.
is
And you
so.
can check
Like
in
if I'm
various browsers device.
Yes, so yeah,
Uh,
different browsers,
mm.
and also if because mostly it is both, like in user stories we have to check both if it has applications also. So
Mm.
yeah, this would also include this 4 days will also include the application as well,
Mm.
and mm, and if any discount, like I cannot see any discount, but if any discount or offers are also there, so accordingly price has to be displayed correctly on UI and from back end also.
Mhm.
So the overall, if I have to perform this specifically, the overall testing from card to make payment,
Mm.
so then that has to be also included. The DB testing should also be like the this particular price that has been displayed should be
Mhm.
actually actual price while doing payment as well.
Mhm.
Yeah. Um, and the negative scenarios would be like if I'm selecting the if I'm not selecting this, it would not get displayed here. And if I'm selecting double Excel here, so I think yeah, so it should only show the double Excel ones. Yeah, so here like that.
So once you select double XL, then the filtering
The
on the right hand side should also show double XL. But as of now,
uh,
right, so that's a
mm,
bug that you have caught.
yeah.
Hmm?
Also here if the double X yeah. So if I'm selecting extra small, here also the box should be here on extra small, not on medium. The highlighted box should be extra small only.
Okay, okay.
And also I should not be able to click on this Excel or large. It should be unclickable. Maybe. Or the option should not be visible for that.
Okay, okay. Now let's come to that bug again. When you check that checkbox of double XL.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yes.
Okay. Now, can you scroll down? Yeah, okay. Now you're not able to see double XL based products. What would be the severity and what would be the priority of this issue?
Can you sorry.
What would be the severity and what would be the priority of this issue?
Severity and priority.
Severity and priority, yeah.
Okay.
Just the double XL is not working, right? Rest of all the style sizes are working.
Mm, it should be a medium severity, maybe
Medium priority.
medium priority also.
Hmm. Why medium priority?
Because I would say all of them others are working according to the requirement. I would say
Mhm.
other styles are working.
Right,
So
right.
only the one is not working. So I cannot say that it is high
Hmm.
severity as well or high priority.
Hmm.
Uh, but yeah, I might be able to say this as high priority because the requirement is getting disturbed here. So, but not severity because other functionalities are working properly.
Correct, correct, correct,
Yes.
correct. Um, so this priority would be medium, right? And severity would be, it's not a blocker or critical issue, but it is a major issue, right?
Yes.
Right. Right. Okay. Can you give an example of a challenging defect that you have found in your project?
Challenging, difficult.
Yeah, that you have found in your project.
So mostly that was for uh, payment process.
Hmm.
That was like it was showing the payment is completed and uh, but the payment was not completed. And it was uh, yeah. So the payment was not completed, but the UI was saying that the payment is being completed. So this would be one because it was payment related. So I would say this was a major issue.
Hmm.
And there was one login functionality where the OTP was not sent on email and message both.
Hmm.
So this was one because if the user will not be able to log in itself, then so that this is high priority and high severity as well.
Okay, correct. Okay, do you use JMeter?
Gene, uh, no, I don't use it like, but I do. Maybe this is for recording the test cases.
Right, right. So if you want to do performance testing for APIs or for web applications, we can use JMeter for performance testing.
Okay.
You can measure response time. You can check the throughput. You can check the error percentage. You can simulate concurrent users and see what is the performance of the application. So that thing you can do using the JMeter. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, okay, Pariti, I'm done with the interview. Do you have any questions for me?
I know, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank
Let's
you.
give you the feedback.